Hello and welcome to the Teacher Chris Learn by Play Piano series. This is lesson 3 in the series. So now we're at the end of your second week of practice and you've learned a bunch of songs already. You know Merrily We Roll Along and Handbells, and now we also have Jolly Old Saint Nick. And maybe Jolly Old Saint Nick isn't as good as all the other pieces. Totally fine to carry that song over to the very next week. Any of these songs where you're not really truly feeling like you're done with the piece yet, just keep them going. Keep that one song as just a song you're polishing and go ahead and work on it again this week if you're still having trouble with it. We are going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Old MacDonald. Now, like I said last week, you may want to look ahead and try this piece out. Maybe you did this week. Maybe you checked it out. Maybe you even learned the whole entire thing. Let's go ahead and run through it and see what it's all about. So, first of all, this is going to be 2, 3, and 4 in the right hand on the set of 3 black keys. We'll go right in the center here of the piano. And then 2 and 3 in the left hand on the set of 2 black keys right underneath it. Right away, what I want to do is I want to run through the notes. I'm not going to say those counts yet, just the finger numbers. Starting with the right hand, we have 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Then we're going to go to the right hand with 4, 4, 3, 3, 2. Now you may notice on the second line, it's exactly the same notes as the first line. We have 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Then we go to the right hand, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2. Now before we go to the second page, let's run through the counting, make sure we understand how that works. We only have a couple of half notes and a couple of whole notes on this page. So let's just run through the first line. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, right hand. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we go to the next page actually has us going all the way to the bottom of the piano, the very lowest set of 3 black keys right here. And instead of lining up fingers 2, 3, and 4 on those set of 3 black keys, we're just going to take our pointer finger, finger number 2, and we're going to place it all the way at the bottom or to the left of the set of 3 black keys. And we're going to do quack, quack, here for 2 counts. So it's 1, 1, and then 1, 2. Then you're supposed to move up to the next set of 3 black keys. Quack, quack, there. Then the right hand takes over with the next set of 3 black keys. Here, quack, quack. And then it moves up one more set of 3 black keys with finger number 2. There, quack, quack. Let's try this again one more time. This time we're going to say the counts out loud. And watch out for that switch that happens after the second measure of this page. So we have 1, 2. 1, 2, right hand. Then it says right at the very end here, now end Old MacDonald by repeating the first line on page 16. So what they want you to do is just play the first line one more time. And that's why they have the double bar in an odd spot. That double bar is just representing the very last time through. This is where you end the piece. Let's go ahead and run through the second page going back into the first page. And I want to point out something very specific about that. So if we start on the left hand down here on the set of 3 black keys, we go quack, quack, here, 2, quack, quack, there, 2. Right hand, here, quack, quack, there, quack, quack. So In the right hand here, we have finger number 2 on this set of 3 black keys. And if we take the rest of the fingers and bring them up, we're in the normal hand position that we're supposed to be in for the first page. We go back to the first page here. All we have to do is lay our set of 2 fingers on the set of 2 black keys right here. And now we are set up for that last line, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and then 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, just like that. So instead of just going ahead and playing this with the metronome right away, go ahead and practice it a little bit right now just on its own. Since there's a lot of hand movements here, this is not something you're going to be able to play with the metronome immediately. However, if you just try playing through the whole entire thing right now, that's a really, really good start. And at the very end of the video, along with some of the other play-alongs, I'll be putting the 70 beats per minute and 100 beats per minute for this particular song. So how did you do? This one is a lot bigger than it looks. You have to move your hands around a whole lot on the keyboard on this one. So don't expect yourself to play it with the play along right away. Just practice it a lot on your own. And then if you're able to get it with the metronome and then also with the play along, that's going to be great. Okay, up next is the white keys. Now you'll see at the very top of page 18 here that we have the musical alphabet. The musical alphabet is just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then it actually repeats itself over and over up the piano. Let me show you what I mean by that on the piano. The very first key on the piano is the letter A all the way to the left here. And the very next note up is B. Then it goes to C, and then to D, and then to E, and then to F, and then to G, and then we get right back to A again. Right after G comes A for us. And if we keep going up the piano, I'm going to hold down this A while I keep going up. We have B and C and D and E, and then F, and then G, and then we go right back to A again. Now let's look at these 2 A's. If we look at the set of 3 black keys right here, the A is in between the top 2 to the right here. So if you look in the middle of the set of 3 black keys here and you go choose the note to the right, that's A. So we can keep going up the piano, 3 black keys, there's an A, 3 black keys, there's an A, 3 black keys, A, 3 black keys, A, and then if we go all the way up to the top here, we have 3 black keys. There's an A right there. Now, the reason for the one single lonely little black key here at the bottom is that's actually the highest of the set of 3 black keys. We just don't have the other 3 black keys up here. So if you look at this set of 3 black keys, this single one right here is right above the A, just like this single black key right here is right above that A. I always like to call it the secret A because it doesn't really have a really good indication that it's an A other than that single black key and me telling you that the first note on the keyboard is an A. But we have an A going all the way up the piano. Now, they have on number 2 here, it says find all the A's on the short keyboards below. So those keyboards are not like full-size keyboards. They're just short little keyboards that they want you to find the A's on. And I'm going to point out the first A to you. It's right here. Now you can see there's the set of 3 black keys, kind of towards the center, but to the right is that A. Now what I want you to do is pause the video for a second, grab a pencil, and write in all of the other A's that you see on both of those little keyboards that they have right there. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in total that you find. Go ahead and pause the video for a second, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so how did you do? Were you able to find all the A's? Let me point out all the rest to you. So we have that A right there that I pointed out. And then if we go up to the next set of 3 black keys, in the middle to the right, there's the next A. go up to the next set of 3 black keys in the middle and then to the right. And on that particular keyboard, that's all 3 of the A's. Let's go to the other keyboard here. We have a set of 3 black keys right here, and then we have an A. And then there's only one other set of 3 black keys right here, and there's the A right there. Did you get them all? So the next page is going to show us all of the rest of the notes, and we are going to go through them all. So this is all of the letters of the alphabet for the musical alphabet, and this is their location on the piano. Again, the A's are all going to be in the set of 3 black keys right in the center, but to the right. The B's, if you look at the B up there, that's going to be to the right of the set of 3 black keys. And then C right here is going to be the set of 2 black keys, and so on down the chart here. But what I want to do with you is I want to find all of the letters. Definitely follow along with me, even if you feel like you've already figured them all out, just because it's really good to just repeat this stuff over and over, and to have it happen with somebody else really will reinforce where these notes are on the keyboard. So we're going to start with A, and we're going to find every A on the piano. And then we're going to do the same with B and C and so on and so forth. So here's all of the A's. Again, here's the secret A. Then we're just going to go up the piano. You can use whatever finger you want to. We have A. We have A. Set of 3 black keys. Here's A. Set of 3. Here's A. 3. A. 3 set. A. 3. A. Now, if we go to B's, remember this is the secret A. This is kind of the secret B right here. If we go to the next set of 3 black keys, remember it's to the outside of the 3 black keys. Go ahead and say the letters while you're doing this as well. This will really help a lot. B, 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 and then B at the very top here, right at the second to last key on the piano. Now the next one is super important. C, we're going to need to know and find throughout this entire week. So let's check out where C is. You look for the set of 2 black keys, and it's to the left. There's the first C. Here's the second C. C, 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 and here's the deal. We know that this is a B right here. This right here, this top note right here is a C. I like to call that the secret C. So the very bottom note is A, the very top note is C. Okay, let's keep moving ahead here. So after C comes D in the alphabet. In between the set of 2 black keys is a D. Here's another D, another D. Keep going up the piano. D, 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 and then finally the last D is right here. We have just 3 more notes to go. Now we have the E's. So if we look at the set of 2 black keys, this is E right here. Here's E right here. Going to the right, E. Keep going up, E. Set of 2 black keys, E, E. And then finally, the last E is right here. Now for F's, you want to look for the set of 3 black keys, and it's to the left. Here's an F. Here's another F. Keep going up the piano. F, 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 and then one more F is up here. And then the last note is you find the set of 3 black keys, and in the middle, but to the left, is G. So we have G, we have G, we have G, 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 and then the last G is right here. Now, if I went too fast for you, you can pause the video, really look up at the chart here to find all the answers. And this is a great page to refer to if you really need the help this week, page 19. But make sure you do run through these. Maybe one more time this week, you can run through every single letter just like we did today. You can do it either with the video or just do it on your own. You can use this chart up here for all the help you need. So on page 20 here, Batter Up, I've drawn a red box and a blue box around the right hand and then the left hand. Now, the reason why I did that has a little bit of teacher Chris history here. My teacher, my very first piano teacher, she would buy these pencils right here. One is blue and the other side is red. And she would use R for red, and then she just used blue because that was the other color that she had on her pencil for the left hand. And to this day, I still teach just like that. In fact, this is the actual pencil that she used to teach with. This is about a 50-year-old pencil. I found this in my closet the other day, and I've just kept it on the shelf just as a reminder from where I came from and who my awesome teacher was when I was a little kid. So from here on out, I'm going to draw a red box for the right hand and a blue box for the left hand whenever I think you're going to need it. And go ahead and do that in your own book if you like. You can use a crayon or a marker, but I would recommend a pencil, like a colored pencil if you have one, just so that you can erase it in case you make a mistake. So for this piece, let's look at the hand position and see what it's going to be. The weird thing is going to be that two fingers are going to be on middle C. Now, where is middle C? Let's check this out. First of all, we look for the set of two black keys at the very bottom here, and there's the first C. Then we go two black keys up, and then there's the second. Two black keys, here's the third. And then two black keys, and here is the fourth C. Now, the fourth C right here is called middle C. It's about the middle of the keyboard. It's not exactly the middle of the keyboard, but it's very close. And one little trick that might help you a little bit is that almost every single keyboard and every single piano that's out there that has the name in the center of the piano, you can see right here, mine's called Studio Logic, is going to be very close to middle C. Middle C will be very close to the name of your piano. So if it says Yamaha or Kawai or York, or here's Studio Logic right here, Korg, any one of those brands will have their name right in the dead center here, and the closest C will always be middle C. Now what they want is they want both your thumbs, finger number one, on that key. Now if you have adult hands like mine, it's kind of tough to fit both fingers there. Just do your best to try to scrunch them together on that C. Then we're going to take finger number two and put it on D, and then this note right here is B. And then we have 3 on E and then 3 on A. And these two fingers right here can just kind of rest on F and G. We're not going to be playing those in this song, but you will need them down the road. Now, when you play right hand C here, the very first note, you're going to just lift your left thumb and just kind of get it out of the way while your right hand plays. We're going to play a C. Let's go ahead and try this out. C, then we're going to go to D, then we're going to go to E, and then we're going to play E again, D, and then C. Then we're going to switch to the left hand playing, and I'm going to change thumbs here. We're going to play C, B, A, and then B, and then C, and just hold it for 4 counts, and then there's a repeat sign, and we do it again, C, D, E, E, D, C, and then back to the left hand. So that's how we play the piece as far as the notes go. But there's a special way to count this. Now, the fact that we're saying letters out loud means that we can't also say counts and letters at the same time. That's a lot of things to say. So instead what we do is when we're on a quarter note, like the first note or the second note, we just say what the letter is out loud, and that lasts for 1 count. So instead of saying 1, 1, 1, 2, what you're going to say is C, D, and then when you get to the E, you're going to say E2. It's like saying 1, 2, but you're replacing the number 1 with just the letter E2. So the first measure would be like this, C, D, E2. Then you go to the next measure, it'll be E, D, C2. Go to the next measure here, we have C, B, A, B, and you're going to hold the C down for 4 counts, C, 2, 3, 4, and then you repeat it, C, D, E2, and then we have E, D, C2. Go to the left hand, C, B, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead and pause and practice this, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so how did you do? This one is fairly simple, I think, to play, but I do want you to say those letters and those counts out loud while you're doing it, which might make it a little bit more complicated to play. Now, you may see at the very bottom here, it says duet part. And what that is actually me performing a completely different set of notes than your set of notes alongside you, but they line up perfectly. Imagine, if you will, like an orchestra playing. Not every single member of the orchestra is playing the same exact note at the same time. In fact, they are playing a bunch of different notes that combine together and create a beautiful piece of music. And that's what this is. So at the end of the video, you are going to get a play along that's just me performing the piece just on its own and saying the letters and the counts out loud. And I'll do that at a slow pace, but then I'll also include my duet part, and you'll have to play your part alongside me playing my part. It'll sound really, really cool together if you can get that going. So this week we'll have a play along that's just the letters that are on the page right there, but then we'll also have a duet. You'll get to play with me as well for this duet part. Let's go ahead and move to page 21. So if you turn to page 21, you're going to notice on My Clever Pup that there's a new blue box up at the top of the page. Now this blue box has something called a time signature. Now the time signature really isn't going to affect how you're playing right now. You've been actually doing this all along. But it's a really good thing to understand and learn because in future pieces, you're going to be using it a lot. So if you look at the time signature, there's a 4 over top of a 4. It's 4, 4. It's a fraction. And if you haven't done fractions in school yet, it's not a big deal. The top number actually means how many of something. So we have 4 counts in every measure. That's what the top number means, is that there are 4 counts in every measure. And the bottom number means what kind of note that we're counting. So we're counting the quarter note, and the quarter note is 1 count long. So now if we look at the very first measure of this piece here, we have 4/4 time signature. And that 4/4 time signature is just telling us that we have 4 counts in every measure, and we're counting the quarter note as 1 count. So we have a C for 1 count, a D for 1 count, and then when we get to the E is a half note, and a half note is equal to 2 quarter notes. It's equal to 2 counts. So we have 4 counts in total: C, D, and then E2. Now we go to the next measure here, and that's also D, E, F2. It's got 4 counts in every measure, just like the first measure. And if we go through the whole entire piece, every measure has 4 counts, which is what the 4/4 time signature is basically telling us. Now let's run through this piece. It's going to be the same exact hand position as Batter Up, but we're going to be adding on another note. We're going to have F in the right hand up here with the 4th finger. That's the ring finger. Let's go ahead and play it. And then in the ring finger in the left hand, we're going to have a G down here. Let's play that one. Let's go ahead and run through both the counts and also the letter names by just inserting a 2 after any half note. So the first measure will be C, D, E2. Starting with the right hand, 1, 2, ready, play it and say it. C, D, then we have E2. Now we're going to go to D, pointer finger, D, E, and then we have F2. Now the left hand takes over with C, B, A, G, A, B, C, 2. Repeat with the right hand, C, D, E, 2, D, E, F, 2. Left hand, C, B, A, G, A, B, C, 2. Now's the time to go ahead and pause the video and try that out for a little bit, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, how'd you do? This one is a little bit more difficult because of the fourth fingers. The ring fingers are not as coordinated as 1, 2, and 3 in both hands. They just tend to take a little while to really get comfortable with pushing down the notes. Remember to be using curved fingers and to be using the tips of your fingers when you're pushing down the keys, just like you're tapping somebody on the shoulder. It's hard to do that with the fourth finger a little bit, tap somebody on the shoulder like that. But that's the action and that's the movement that you're going to want to do. Okay, so let's get that assignment pad out and let's write down what the assignment's going to be this week. First things first, we have Old MacDonald, page 16. I highly recommend you do this piece even if you already figured it out last week, because it's good to reinforce those finger numbers. If you are thinking that you really have it done and it really doesn't need to be practiced at all, give yourself a challenge and say the finger numbers out loud while you're playing it and see if you can do that. It really is a little bit more of a challenge when you start to verbalize what the finger numbers are and things like that. Okay, on Batter Up, we have middle C position. Both thumbs are going to be on C for this one. And remember, that is the fourth C up from the bottom. With this song, I want you to play and say the letters and counts out loud. Remember, that means, for instance, the first measure is C, D, E2, and then the second measure is E, D, C2. And when you get to the very last measure, it's going to be C, 2, 3, 4. And that'll make everything very even and very nice sounding. And then lastly, we have My Clever Pup on page 21. And this one is just going to have a couple of new notes under your fingers, but it's the same concept. I want you to play and say the letters and the counts out loud while you're practicing this, and make sure that you get the repeat sign in and all the other things that we've been looking at as far as hand posture, body posture, and stuff like that. Now, on both of these pieces, both My Clever Pup and Batter Up, you're going to have both the play-alongs that are just the notes that are on the page there, and then also my duet part. And the duet part should be kind of a little extra fun that you get to do, but it's also a great goal because it's a lot more difficult while I'm playing something that's completely different, because it's very distracting to not have just your song playing through your headphones or through the speakers. So I really encourage you to try out the duet and make that your ultimate goal, to be able to play it with me in the duet parts. They're pretty simple, pretty fun, and I think you'll enjoy them. I'm going to go ahead and do the bonus footage now for you, and I hope you enjoy playing with the duets and playing alongside me. It's a lot of fun. One, two, ready, play. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right hand. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, ready, play. One, two, ready, play. C, D, E2, E, D, C2, C, B, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, C, D, E2, E, D, C2, left hand, C, B, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4. One, two, ready, play. One, two, ready, play. C, D, E2, E, D, C2, C, B, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, C, D, E2, E, D, C2, C, B, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4. One, two, ready, play. One, two, ready, play. C, D, E2, D, E, F2, left hand, C, B, A, G, A, B, C2, repeat, C, D, E2, D, E, F2, left hand, C, B, A, G, A, B, C2. One, two, ready, play. One, two, ready, play. C, D, E2, D, E, F2, C, B, A, G, A, B, C2, C, D, E2, D, E, F2, C, B, A, G, A, B, C2. One, two, ready, play.